ready to roll today because we're one step closer to state-regulated marijuana usage. Congress is reviewing a bill, Bill 499, to defederalize marijuana at the federal level and bring it down to state-regulated. I'll be blunt, this should have been a priority years ago. Today we'll hit on a few reasons why you should support this bill. There are lots of costs associated with prohibiting marijuana. It actually takes our police enforcement away from more serious crimes that they could be dealing with. And lighting up can actually do your body some good. Taxpayers pay a lot to prohibit marijuana. Rubin's article on government spending in 2010 said over $13.7 billion annually is spent prohibiting pot. Not only that, but 49.5% of all drug arrests made in 2010 were marijuana related. The budget for the DEA to prosecute and arrest increased since 1973 40-fold. So in 1973, they were spending $65 million on prohibiting marijuana and had 2,800 employees. And in 2009, the budget showed $2.6 billion have been spent, and over 11,000 people are employed to help prohibit this. Several states already spend over billions of dollars prohibiting marijuana. If we defederalize it, it's not making it legal, obviously. It's just bringing down the consequence to the offender. So instead of being prosecuted and going to court and trial, you'll be required to pay a small fine. I'm not blowing smoke. Billions of money could be saved and put back into our state's funds. It's not just the cost of prosecuting that's associated in hitting this prohibition, but the hazing effects that it has on our society. It actually prohibits police from, like I said earlier, their attention away from larger crimes to something, to stopping your big brother's best friend down the road for having 2 ounces of marijuana on them. In Vondrelli's article, Grassroots, Colorado residents actually, obviously it's legal there now, but that's taking it a step further. But in there they said, a local resident said that they would rather take the weed off the street corners and out of their children's hand and regulate it a little bit better. This chart here shows the teen marijuana usage in Colorado versus nationwide. And as you can see, since 2009, defederalizing marijuana and actually legalizing it, taking it a step further, not even just state regulating it, has brought down the amount of teens that they have found pot on, and is adversely, you can see how its effects nationwide. The same rules of alcohol would apply if you were to even legalize marijuana. You'd have to be over 20, you can't dope and drive, and you can't smoke in public places. It doesn't make it free, it just makes it less punishable. Obviously our citizens won't be going into a federal prison or courthouse, they would just pay that fine. Tuttle's article, where it's cost of marijuana, you can actually, for a marijuana habit, spend over $650 a year. So that's currently boosting the economic system in Colorado and Oregon, where it's actually been made legal. And studies have also shown that it's far less expensive, even if you smoke premium pot, than a different substance abuse or an alcohol addiction. Obviously, it costs quite a bit less unless you want the more expensive weed. Not only is it costing us as taxpayers, and it would be a less of a punishable crime, but it's keeping it's keeping police officers from more serious crimes. There were 750,000 arrests in 2011 for marijuana-related crimes, and this is Sledge's article on pot prohibition. The article also states, again, that 49.5% nationwide were marijuana-related. Not only, like we said, is it taking money out of our taxpayers' pockets and our state's funding, it's keeping cops away from more serious crimes, but doctors have actually shown that it can do your body some good. Medical professionals mentally and emotionally say that it can affect your body in a positive way. It can help people with glaucoma see a little bit more clearly. It can help chemotherapy patients relieve a little bit of their nausea associated with chemotherapy. It can also help multiple sclerosis patients increase their motor function. And like we said before, decrease the nausea in chemo patients, as well as shown in a couple different studies to reduce the size of tumors in cancer patients in their lungs. It releases relaxants into your body and can actually increase happy emotions. There is a pill equivalent to what doctors would consider a good usage for marijuana. It's called dronabinol. And as you know, if you're taking a pill for anything, even a chemotherapy patient for nausea, you can't always know how long the pill is going to take effect. Whereas you can kind of estimate that marijuana would take about less than 5 minutes to be absorbed. Sometimes the pill can take 30 minutes to an hour. And doctors regulate the pill, every 4 to 6 hours, whereas marijuana you can pretty much assume that it'll last about an hour or two. So the pill therapy is a little less effective. Doctors have also shown that for people that have eating disorders, since smoking marijuana can give you the munchies, can actually help reverse the eating disorder and help patients gain weight. In Wilson's Miracle Weed article, she proved that it reduces the risk of people committing suicide. It makes people feel happy, it relieves stress, and she's also shown in this article, which is pretty substantial, that it can help wean heroin addicts. So not only is it doing better for your body, but people that are addicted to a more serious drug that can actually cause more harm to your body can wean them off that drug onto something more manageable. Castillo's CBS article says that 76% of doctors already approved medical marijuana. So if over half of doctors are already approving it for medical use, I would say that it can't be too hard on your body today. Like we said, it reduces the pain, increases your appetite, and it can actually it's been linked to reduce the likelihood of diabetes risks. In conclusion, I hope you have learned why you should support this bill today. It does cost a lot of money to prohibit pot, like we've learned, it takes a lot of money out of taxpayers' pockets. Law enforcement is distracted by other serious crimes, and it can actually be good for your body. So get off your seats and go call your representative today to support Bill 499 to defederalize marijuana and have it state regulated like that of alcohol.